I am Dragon, hear me roar. Donald Trump delivering a cacophony of lies, provocations, and insults in his first address to Congress, designed to delight his MAGA base and enrage his opponents. All while Democratic lawmakers appeared weak and feckless, incapable of fighting back. Welcome to the No Spin Zone. Graph's Grievances starts right now. For 1 hour and 40 minutes Tuesday night, Donald Trump delivering a campaign-style speech to Congress, almost entirely composed of fabrications about his accomplishments and complaints about his treatment by Democrats. Despite smashing the record for the longest ever joint address to Congress by an American president, Trump said virtually nothing new. Instead, he championed the litany of executive orders he has signed, mostly unconstitutionally, since returning to the Oval Office and attacked Democrats for trying to get in his way. Trump lied about the savings from his Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Trump overstating by hundreds of billions of dollars the fraud found by the Elon Musk-led agency. Get this, Doge's own website includes descriptions for less than $20 billion worth of cuts. Hardly hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. Trump also still obsessed with former President Joe Biden and litigating the 2024 presidential campaign, falsely blaming Biden for a slew of problems, including inflation and open borders. In reality, Biden handed Trump the strongest economy in the world and the best U.S. economy in decades, with record low unemployment, GDP growth above all of its peer countries, and rapidly slowing inflation. When Biden left office, on average, a carton of eggs cost $4.95. Today, under Trump, on average, the cost of a dozen eggs is over $8. As for immigration enforcement, during Biden's last year in office, Immigration and Customs Enforcement deported about 750 people per day. Last month, under Trump, the average number of deportations by ICE per day was just 600 people. The New York Times also noting that at the current pace, the Trump administration will deport half as many people as former President Barack Obama did in 2013. So much for all of Trump's tough talk about removing those alleged murderers, human traffickers, and gang members from America's streets. Trump also repeating his seemingly favorite lie that tariffs will make the U.S. government, quote, trillions and trillions of dollars and cost Americans nothing. Tariffs, for the umpteenth time, are paid by U.S. importers, not foreign exporters, and the cost of tariffs are passed on directly to American consumers in the form of higher prices. Trump also going on an erroneous screed about Social Security, which his buddy Elon Musk just called a Ponzi scheme. Trump saying almost 5 million people who are at least 100 years old are listed in the Social Security Administration's database, and, quote, money is being paid to many of them. And while it is true that there are millions of people over age 100 in the Social Security Administration's database, the vast majority of them are not receiving any benefits. According to the agency's records, just 89,000 people, not tens and tens of millions of people, over age 99 received retirement benefits in December. It appears that names are not removed from the Social Security database until the agency receives a date of death associated with their record. So sure, maybe they need to update their policy, but there are certainly not millions of people over age 100 collecting benefits. I could easily outline 30 more lies that Trump made Tuesday night, but you can find that elsewhere online. Interspersed between Trump's inaccurate yet defiant victory lap, he appeared not only obsessed with attacking President Biden's record, but also the Democratic lawmakers sitting before him, calling them radical left lunatics and comparing his own treatment by them to victims of revenge porn. Yes, revenge porn.
This is my fifth such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what.
You caught a glimpse there of how Democrats reacted to Trump for most of the night after one of their members was kicked out for protesting. Sitting in silence with occasional heckles and boos, some waving these little black paddles like a bingo game. Overall appearing weak and feckless. Democrats were Trump's punching bag, and he effectively wielded them as a prop. At one point, more than a dozen Democrats walked out of his speech early, but it was hard to know if you were home watching on television. The shambolic scene epitomizing Democrats' inability to fight back against Trump and communicate a vision that resonates with their supporters and the rest of the American people. Overall, Democrats looked silly, small, and unserious, which is what I was afraid would happen when I argued earlier this week that Democrats should boycott Trump's speech. Obviously, they did not heed my advice, and as a result, not only looked incapable, but made Trump appear commanding and in control. His boasts, bluster, and insults seeming totally divorced from the reality of everyday life in America, with rising prices, unaffordable health care, growing drug addiction, horrific gun violence, and failing schools. But do a majority of Americans even care? According to 538's polling average, for the first time since Trump's inauguration, his disapproval rating is now higher than his approval rating. 47.9% disapproving and 47.6% approving of the job Trump is doing. And as you can see, the trend lines don't look very good for him. But the question now is whether Americans think Democrats could do a better job. And unfortunately for them, that does not appear to be the case. According to a Quinnipiac poll released last month, Democratic approval in Congress is at historic lows, with only 21% of voters approving. Meanwhile, Republican approval has reached a record high at 40%. It appears those in Democratic leadership, including Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, just think these numbers are going to turn around as Trump continues to implement his radical agenda unabated. And maybe they're right, they certainly have been in politics way longer than I have. But I believe we are living in an unprecedented time, and the pendulum of American politics might just not swing back as it has always done. And that is why I will continue to argue that Democrats need to do something and take collective action against Trump. Show the American people they are fighting for them. Thank you for watching Graf's Grievances. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, share, and join me tomorrow for more.